Colonialism must go. Fascism must go.
¡Fuera! 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 ¡Fuera Milei! ¡Fuera!
Then San Jose will be just the same as Melei. We cannot allow that. We know what fascism is in all of Latin America. We know what it is when our rights are taken away from us. And we see it here in San Jose, little by little, they're creeping in. And we cannot allow it. These corporations have to serve the people and not serve themselves. We have to tell them that they cannot be fascists. They have to defend the working people. We have to have housing. We have to have education for our children, and not serve these profit-oriented corporations that all they're doing is building war machines and killing people all over the world, like in Ukraine, like in Palestine, Yemen, all over Africa, Latin America, supporting these fascist governments like the Ecuadorian one, Noboa, that went into the Mexican embassy and stole the ex-vice president, cowboy style. They can't do that. No, we're not allowing that, and we're not going to allow that. That's why we're here. It's a matter of principle that we are not going to allow these fascist effing pigs to come to San Jose.
Hi, I'm Wendy Greenfield from Jewish Voice for Peace, and I just want to mention that Israel and Argentina have a history of supporting each other, in particular when Argentina was under military dictatorship, and many countries around the world, including the United States, stopped providing arms to Argentina because of their terrible human rights record of what they were doing to so many people, disappearing people, torturing people, holding them captive in clandestine concentration camps. Israel continued to provide arms to Argentina during that time, and that's a very interesting thing to me, because Israel and allies often say that one of the reasons we should support the Israeli government is because they help stop anti-Semitism in the world, and yet they were supporting one of the most anti-Semitic regimes in the past 50 years. That in Argentina, of the 30,000 disappeared people, the ones who were kidnapped by the paramilitary death squads and held in clandestine centers and tortured, of those people, about 11% were Jewish, while Jews were less than 1% of the population. And so there was obviously some feelings against Jews among the military, among the people in the dictatorship. And so in spite of that, Israel was supplying the arms. And so we say, hey, this is not a country that is really supporting Jews or any other oppressed people for that matter. And right now, when Israel is doing so much against the Palestinian people, it is for all of us, people around the world, to support them, whether we are Jewish or Palestinian, or Muslim or Christian, whatever group that we identify with, we need to support the Palestinian people and make sure that the genocide stops, as well as supporting the Argentine people who are suffering so.
Yo lo que quería decir es que, bueno, evidentemente somos menos de 30. Eso es lo que significa es que hay que persuadir más a la gente de ver cómo el mundo está yendo hacia la derecha. Lo que antes era centro, ahora es izquierda. Entonces lo que tenemos que ver es cómo persuadir a la gente de que el mundo está yendo para un lugar donde se destruye más a la gente, al medio ambiente, y no hay derechos para las personas pobres, para las mujeres, para las personas trans, para los trabajadores y las trabajadoras en todo el mundo. Entonces, somos poquitos, pero podemos ser muchísimos más, y realmente hay que hacer un trabajo de hablar y persuadir a toda la gente en lo cotidiano. Así que vamos a, aunque seamos pocos, vamos a seguir gritando acá, no estamos bloqueando la calle, estamos protestando bien. Así que bueno, son tiempos, una nueva era diferente donde vamos a tener que pelear y organizarnos más. El individualismo es cada vez más fuerte y tenemos que pelear para evitar eso y organizarnos y estar juntos. Nada más.
Tenemos la obligación de estar aquí para protestar de la venida de un elemento que ha causado mucho daño al pueblo argentino, que quiere seguir un sistema fascista donde les quita todos los derechos a los pueblos, el derecho de la educación, privatizando la educación, privatizando todo, la vivienda, todo. Y qué casualidad que estas corporaciones lo invitan aquí a San José, donde es el corazón del Valle Silicón, donde existen corporaciones que están envueltos en construir armamento para la guerra en todo el mundo y quieren tener gobiernos autoritarios, fascistas, y eso no puede ser. Aquí en San José no vamos a permitir que sea un pueblo fascista, no lo vamos a permitir, y les estamos mandando un mensaje a nuestros representantes que tienen que ver la cara por la gente trabajadora, por los derechos de los trabajadores y no de estos fascistas elementos. ¿Por qué los invitan? ¿Por qué tienen que venir aquí a San José? No los queremos aquí, no queremos fascistas como Milei, que ha destruido todos los sistemas de derechos humanos del pueblo argentino. Ahorita los mexicanos están participando en una votación donde no vamos en México a permitir que el fascismo sea el que va a gobernar. Lo vamos a sacar y lo tenemos que sacar de aquí. Tierra y libertad, tierra y libertad.
I was remembering with my friend Eduardo that it seems like yesterday, 1979, we were here in downtown San Jose protesting the crimes of the military dictatorship of Argentina. At the time, we had signs that said 5,000 disappeared people, hundreds of children that we don't know where they are. And we went to churches, we went to synagogues, we went everywhere. And we had a local group called the Committee for Freedom in Argentina. And here we are again. Don't we ever learn? Don't we ever learn? The forces of oppression, the forces of darkness are very, very powerful. And they're having the day in Argentina again. But to the darkness comes and follows the light. And sooner than you expect, you will find the Argentinian people together again, putting themselves under the right, in the right movement for the right transformation that our country needs. I hope that we all are persistent in supporting the good cause of the Argentine people and the Latin American people. The struggles of every person in Latin America is our own struggle, and we embrace them all, and the only way out is doing it together. So, let's have hope, let's have persistence. They cannot win always. We have defeated them many times, and we will see a good day for all of us again.
We're here today. My name is Steve Zeltzer, and I'm with the United Front Committee for Labor Party. And we're here today with other people, other organizations, to protest Javier Milei, who's here And we're also condemning the Bay Area Council, which has invited Javier Milei, who's the president of Argentina, to their conference. And we have a great concern about Javier Milei because what he's doing in Argentina is he's destroying people. He's privatizing the schools, he's privatizing public education, and he's also wants to put in laws. One law that he proposed was if you have more than 3 people, you have to have a government permit to have a meeting. So we think that that's part of a fascist movement, and he is, of course, greeted by people like Elon Musk and other billionaires who would like to have fascism. We call them Techno Fascists. They want to use technology to make more money and also to get rid of workers, because AI, which they're supporting, will get rid of 300 million workers around the world. And this is a disaster for working people. Milei has canceled out, when he heard that we were going to be here, the brave Milei decided he didn't want to face the people. He's a coward, and he can't face the people here. He can meet privately with Musk and the billionaires, but he can't meet with the people here. What does that tell you about Milei? He's a fraud. He's a fraud and he's a hypocrite. And he's involved in giving away the wealth of Argentina to the billionaires. The reason Musk likes him is because he's giving away Argentina to Musk and the billionaires. We're saying get rid of the billionaires. The wealth of Argentina belongs to the people of Argentina, not the billionaires. We need to stop this fascism. We need to stop the attacks on the Argentinian people. The Argentinian people have suffered enough. They don't need Milei and they don't need other wannabe dictators. Argentina, not for sale.
Argentina, not for sale.
Argentina, not for sale. It's Zionists that he supports, and Zionism is based on colonialism. So we're here today to let Javier Milei know that he is opposed by people in the United States. They don't want to see fascism. Lisa Milo, she's a member of UPTI, rank and file member of UPTI University and Professional Technical Employees. She also is a Chilean American who's been fighting the Pinochet supporters, and Milei actually is a supporter of Pinochet, and he would like to do in Argentina what they did in Chile. So welcome, Lisa.
Some people know already, how Javier Milei's antics with a chainsaw and what that meant, right? This chainsaw means he'd like to cut off the heads of his opposition. He openly supported the generals of the military junta in Argentina. In Argentina, they actually got a lot more ahead in prosecuting a lot of these violators of human rights. They got much more ahead than in Chile, and his rise to power is is very perplexing, because in reality it's very difficult to imagine how people would vote for somebody like that. He has serious mental health issues, but basically he's just a regular fascist. His propositions, he's basically privatized. He wants to close down the university system. He's actually closed down several programs, and the free university that was available prior is no longer available. I'm a healthcare and education worker, and he also has basically decimated the healthcare system from taking away the funding. And his libertarian style of governance, basically, he said that he wanted to get rid of all of the departments. And so maybe some of you here might find this kind of interesting, because there's several people within this government, the Congress people within this government, who also want to do the same thing. They want to do away with public programs, and they want to do away with funding, even doing away with Social Security, for example. So there's a massive hunger problem going on in Argentina. And with regards to Chile in particular, Milei has gone to the south of Chile and has been basically handing over the water rights to Israeli companies, Medicot, for example, and has been trying to attack Chile over the southern territory area. They've been verbal attacks for now, but there's been a lot of tension going on there. And we all know who he's working for. I mean, he almost peed in his pants from being so excited about meeting Trump, for example, And his style of governance even goes beyond the neoliberal privatization scheme. It's a complete defunding of government, of any kind of semblance of responsibility for poor people, for people who are at a disadvantage, for workers. And basically, we need to really call them out on this and call out Elon Musk as well, because he's also a supporter of Elon Musk. And one of the reasons why we say the Techno Fascists is because there's a lot of tech companies in Silicon Valley that are participating in genocide right now in Palestine. And around the world, right, around the world. But one of the things that has been most notable and has come out in many news agencies is that there's a specific technology from the tech companies that has been developed called Where's Daddy? And Where's Daddy basically tracks people by their cell phones and tracks journalists in Gaza and waits until they get home to bomb their homes together with their entire families. And that is what Javier Milei is supporting. That is what these techno-fascists are supporting, as well as Zionists in Israel and the US. So thank you so much.
And what we're saying is, stop the fascists, stop Melei. We don't want him in the United States, and the people of Argentina don't want him either. People of Argentina are organizing against him all over the country. There's strikes of teachers, there's strikes of public workers all over the country against this wannabe tin pot dictator, and that's who he is. So we're going to continue this campaign and educate people. Also, KPFA, which I'm on the local station board at KPFA, is having elections. KPFA is the only part of a network called Pacifica. It's the only network in the United States, independent news network, that's actually covering Palestine on a regular basis, that's having voices from Palestine. We need more voices on the air explaining and educating people about Palestine and what's going on, because what they're doing to the Palestinians is a global crime. This genocide, which Melei supports, which Musk supports, is outrageous. And our money, our tax dollars, are being used in this genocide in Palestine. So we have to stop it, we have to organize against it, and we have to really mobilize people in this country. So we're here today in front of the Montgomery Theater in San Jose, and the Bay Area Council, which is a corporate organization, invited Melei to speak here. Now you have to ask yourself, why would the Bay Area Council invite a fascist to come to San Jose to speak in San Jose? Do we need Melei in this country? Do we need somebody like Melei in the United States? Hell no. So, I mean, this Bay Area Council, their members, they should be held accountable and people should know who they are. Why would you invite a fascist to San Jose to speak? Because they support privatization, they support deregulation, they support the policies of Javier Milei. And what we're saying is the genocide that's going on, which Melei supports in Palestine, is a crime against humanity. Is a crime against humanity. And the fact that Melei is supported by Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Sam Altman and all these other people shows where they want to go. They want to do that all over the world. That's what they want to do. So we have to stop Melei. We have to demand that he be kicked out. He shouldn't be allowed in the United States. He's a fascist. He's violating the law. And we think that it has to stop. We have to get rid of these fascists, and they're a danger to the people of the world, not just the United States. And we're going to organize a campaign, and we're going to say, Melei out. Freedom for the people of Argentina. Stop the starvation. Stop the privatization. That's what we're saying. The issue of privatization and union busting is a global issue. We're saying that also we have to unite the unions in this country. Unfortunately, the AFL-CIO has been silent on Melei, where the unions should take a stand against Melei, should take a stand against privatization. They should take a stand against genocide. That's really critical. We have to defend the people of Palestine, the working people of the United States, and we have to get rid of fascists like Melei and the wannabes in this country who want fascism in this country, which is a real threat in this country. That's critical, that we organize to defend against this fascist threat. And one of the things about techno-fascists who are centered in the Bay Area and in Silicon Valley is they believe they're above the law. They believe that there is no law for them, that they can do what they want and they're not held accountable, much like Trump. You know, they don't believe that there's a law that they have to abide by. And they get away with illegal things. They get away with stealing data and information from people. They get away with attacking illegal activities. And we're saying that has to end. And we in San Jose and in this country need a democratic labor movement. We need a labor party. So we have a political alternative. That's one of the dangers, because you have the rise of fascism in the United States without a working class alternative, without a political alternative. The Democrats and Republicans are together. The Republicrats. They represent the same thing. I mean, Biden says there's a red line on genocide. What kind of red line is there for genocide when he's giving more bombs, 2,000-pound bombs to the Israelis to drop on the people of Palestine? That's an outrage, and we have to stop it. And the other thing that we want to organize is we want workers' control of AI and technology. The development of technology should be for the people. It should be for working people and the people. It shouldn't be for the wealth of the billionaires. And that's exactly what's happening here in Silicon Valley. What they're saying is they want to develop AI, robotics, to get rid of workers and to make them more wealthy. Well, who's going to buy the products if they get rid of 300 million workers? If people lose their jobs, who's going to do the work? Robots. Robots don't pay taxes. Robots don't buy products. Robots are actually being used to get rid of workers, and you have taxi cabs in San Francisco. You have autonomous cars run by Google. They're getting rid of taxi drivers. The taxi drivers and drivers are an important force in our society. What kind of work are they going to do? You know where they'll end up? They'll end up homeless. They'll end up hungry, without food. Why are there hungry people in the United States when we have trillions of dollars for war? That's a question we have to ask. This is the richest country, one of the richest countries in the world, and yet people are going hungry. People are in debt because of their health care, because of private companies making profit off of health care. These are the issues that have to be addressed. We have to address those issues, and these are the issues that Javier Milei is saying to hell with the people of Argentina, to hell with the students. That's right. Exactly. And poverty is going to grow with these people. Musk said that when Melei is elected, things will get better in Argentina. Things have not gotten better in Argentina. Things have gotten worse for the people of Argentina. The inflation and everything else. He also wants to tie himself to the dollar. The U.S. dollar, so it'll be a colony of the United States. That's Javier Milei. He's not representing the people of Argentina. We should not be spending trillions of dollars for war. We should spend so people are not dying in the streets. We should spend money on hospitals, on public hospitals. We should spend money on public education and not charge people to go to school. Why are kids going into debt to go to school in this country? That's wrong. When we have so much wealth in this country and kids go into debt to go to public education, San Jose State should be free. San Francisco State should be free. The public education system should be free to all working people, all poor people. It's not. And Melei is privatizing and cutting off the money to public education. One of the reasons teachers and students are organizing against Melei is he wants to shut down all the universities. Imagine that. He's going to help Argentina by shutting down all the universities. How is that going to help Argentina? By shutting down all the universities. That's the program of Melei.
Como a los nazis le va a pasar, a donde vayan los iremos a buscar.
Fuera Melei, 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 fuera, 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 fuera.
Verá la comida, Milei, es la comida de los pobres que te afanaste, ladrón. Liberá la comida de los pobres.